Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, and we have Love is Blind on the mind, a Love is Blind bender, Season 4. We are discussing now Shayne from Season 2 supports Irina after her apology. He says, I'll get a lot of backlash for this, but these comments are disgusting. And we're going to share several other apologies that have come in from this season of Love is Blind. Why do we need to apologize? What's the psychology behind that? Speaking of psychology, we're also going to get into Dr. Kirk Honda and his reaction as a therapist, psychology in Seattle, what he thinks about Irina, and so much more. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. As you know, we cover Bachelor news, but in other entertainment genres. We also cover now Love is Blind, as we are approaching the new reunion, which the info was just dropped. We're going to get to that right now. The info on the Love is Blind Instagram account just dropped. The reunion trailer, so let's watch that right now.
We have a lot to discuss.
Are you guys ready for a Love is Blind reunion spoiler?
Spoiler alert! There are no spoilers.
That's right. We actually have no idea what's going to go down at this reunion.
You know why? Because we're doing it live.
That's right, the first live reunion in the history of Netflix. That means
anything could happen.
Literally anything.
And when it does, we will be just as shocked as you are.
with the twists and turns of this wild season.
You know the tea is gonna be spilled.
Love is Blind reunion, April 16th, and I'm going to have I think an after show. So I think I'm going to do an after show live stream. So make sure to subscribe, hit the alert button, and all that jazz. By the way, how funny is it that the whole premise behind Love is Blind is that looks don't matter? And I wonder how many people they have in the makeup department that make Nick and Vanessa look so good. But I guess maybe Love is Blind, but, some LED lighting and some blush isn't going to hurt. Contour it up there, Nico. Okay, so here we have ET had posted, Love is Blind alum Shayne supports Season 4 villain Irina amid her apology. Let's go back to what Shayne said. And he shared a screenshot of his comment on Irina's page to his Instagram story yesterday, which read, I know I'll get a ton of backlash for this, but these comments are honestly absolutely disgusting. Yes, what Irina did was horrible, completely horrible. I don't defend it, but seeing most of these comments, the hate some of you have is sad. You know what's horrible is not using proper punctuation there. Throw in a comma or two. But either way, his point makes sense. Now, Irina posted her apology video yesterday. And as you guys know, from covering Bachelor Nation for several years now, this is normal. I don't know if it's right, but it's normal for these parasocial relationships, thinking that we need to hold them to some sort of standard because of the way they acted on TV. Is what Irina did or said wrong? Is there anything that was evil about her? Or is it just sort of like somebody who's probably wildly insecure and maybe channels that insecurity through her own self-hatred and it comes out with others? I don't know. I'm not a therapist. What do I know? But I'm going to share what Dr. Kirk Honda says about it in just a second. Along with Shayne's thoughts on Irina's apology, we've also got Kwame posting this the other day, and apologize for the sensitive language that's here, but he shared a screenshot, horribly racist screenshot, and he said, waking up to some really nasty messages. So I'll share one with you all. You're all entitled to your opinion and reflection on the show, but waking up to multiple messages like this is not okay. Things like this are inhumane, and we've got to do better. You're getting to watch a sliver of my life and judge me. Based off the purely disgusting and hateful words I'm seeing, it could be an issue with me, but it's also definitely an issue with you. Logging off for a bit, enjoy your weekends. And the truth is, there is a lot of racism out there, hatred, bigotry, misogyny, and all that exists. And by giving people the pipeline to your comment section, it's just terrible that this exists out there. I wish you would blast the username of who these people are so we can make them feel a little bit of responsibility. But either way, you can't imagine what these contestants have going on in their DMs. Mika posted this the other day as far as, her sort of guilt that she has with the way she acted on the show. A small note, I've apologized privately to the people that were hurt on the show by my hands. I would like to apologize publicly. An emotional immaturity was shown and I will grow from it. You know what? I would like to normalize not apologizing publicly. You apologize, and I understand what she's doing. I understand she's trying to save face here, but I hate that as a society where it was like demanding an apology. What's the point of an apology if it's done when you try to take someone hostage? To the viewers I've hurt, I'm sorry I've triggered so many of you with my behavior. Seeing that person on the screen would make me feel the same anger. As to my comments being off, I will turn them on in time. I am doing my best to protect my mental health, deserved or not. No, it is always deserved that you protect your mental health. It has always been something I've struggled with, and I know I cannot better myself if I'm more unwell mentally. I hope you understand that I am taking accountability privately. I promise to do better in the future. And that's Mika's response. Am I pronouncing that right? Micah? I always forget. Either way, let's go to what Dr. Kirk Honda says in his recap. And if you haven't been following him, Psychology in Seattle is an account we've talked about for a long time here. He does a fantastic job, reading what's going on screen. We have to remember he's watching an edited show just as much as we are, so there might be more to the story.
I'm not the one that you long for.
My God. I mean, is she trying to be evil, Irina? And Micah just being near it is at least complicit in this? My God. The thing about this show was there's been some behaviors on this show, but not like this. This is the biggest yikes that I could ever, maybe even of all, no, not all the shows, but Love is Blind. Tell me in the comments, is there another even close second to the yikes that we could have right now?
But so he's commenting on the fact that Irina's laughing things off, but I will have to see. I hope he acknowledges the fact that laughter happens for multiple reasons. Sometimes people laugh as a coping mechanism or because they're afraid. You know what I mean? So there's so much more that's going on with Irina than just whatever vitriol that comes on the outside.
That she's giddy. Now, if Irina's like, no, I'm just really happy for my good friend Micah that she's going to be with Paul. This indicates that we saw her sad, so, feel bad for Amber, but this means that he did break up with her, and this means that my friend is now going to have the love of her life and everything's going to be... I don't think that's what that face says. I think that face says, we stuck it to her. Yay.
Which, hey, absolutely. Like, there are some people that just want to see destruction, and Irina might be one of them. It makes you wonder, and a lot of people are asking the same question, is Irina's apology, as we covered this yesterday, was this something is she actually feeling bad, or is she feeling bad because everyone came after her? And the truth is, it might be a combination of both. It might be that she didn't realize how sort of toxic of a person she is until she watched it play back and saw the audience's response and received a little humility from that process. It could be a little bit of that.
I've been wondering, are they like stuck in middle school? Middle schoolers aren't like this. This is
kids are brutal.
Concerning. This is concerning.
I need a minute. You sit with me.
Yeah.
I cannot.
I didn't see a smirk on Micah's face. Now, who knows? Maybe they edited this.
Yeah, I think it's tough to kind of armchair diagnose what's actually happening because it is edited. But of course, Dr. Kirk Honda, at least as a therapist, knows way more about the human condition than I do. I just think these people are sleep deprived. They don't have their cell phones. They're in an experiment being judged nonstop. So whatever emotions Irina's feeling, it probably comes back to a place where she's just maybe not the most happy human being on the inside. Which makes for interesting TV. Do we believe her apology? Well, at least I think we can agree with Shayne here in that just because she might be playing a bad person on TV or has made mistakes, it is not worth the hundreds, if not thousands, of negative comments that are going into her DMs. That is something I don't think most of us can comprehend, what it feels like to be not only publicly shamed, but ostracized and all that. And it's easy to be like, well, it's just the consequences catching up to you. But I think it's a little deeper than that. I think we need to come to a term in our society as we play out these parasocial relationships where we lower the bar a little bit. These are humans. That's why the show became popular, because it's not overly done up pageant queens. They're all humans with flaws, and we're watching it play out, and who knows how we would be on our worst day. All right, folks. Well, if you want, you can subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a lot more content coming up. regarding Love is Blind. I've also got a new Bachelor Rush Hour podcast already up for this afternoon, and I cover American Idol along with some other Bachelor news and pop culture information. So even if you don't watch Bachelor or Love is Blind, I think I'm going to have a cornucopia of content, and you'll be able to enjoy whatever it is you want to do while you listen. It is made for your Bachelor afternoon rush hour, but of course, you can listen to it whenever you want. That is bachelorrushhour.com, and we'll have more content coming to you tomorrow. Everyone have a good day. I'll talk to you later.